Okay guys, I hope the lighting is not too bad because it's starting to get a little late and I don't have a lot of light in this house. But I wanted to quickly make this video. So this is Saturday evening and I'm about 21 hours into my fast and I'm not feeling all that good, but the problem is that I have the feeling that if I eat something, I'm not going to feel better. So I think that's the one thing that's keeping me from not eating, plus the fact that it's just so close to time for me to go to bed in a few hours that I hate to mess up my fast. My intention is for this to be at least a 36-hour fast. I don't know. But today's been a very busy day, which is why I prefer to fast on my days off because I'm busier and it keeps me from thinking about food and it seems like I don't get as hungry. So today, I ran around a lot all day and I did grocery shopping and I did meal prepping for a friend because I've decided that I'm going to meal prep for her for this week. And it actually wasn't hard at all to cook while I'm fasting. It didn't make me feel hungry or anything like that. The only difficult part was not being able to taste, as I was cooking. So I was just blindly seasoning things. So I hope it tastes okay because I wasn't able to actually taste anything. And several times I almost tasted something, or once I almost licked my finger and then it was like, oh, can't do that. But I mean, most of this day has been just fine. I barely got hungry. I drank 2 cups of coffee today, each one with 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and that was it. I just finished drinking some black tea that I got at Trader Joe's. It's really good. I like it a lot. And so, I mean, how am I feeling? I feel very tired and my stomach does feel a little upset. Yesterday wasn't the best day in terms, I ate late and I had alcohol late. And so I think, well, I know that that's really influencing my fast today. Yeah, I need to get better at not doing stuff like that before a fast because it definitely makes the fast much harder. This week, my plan is to do, I think, just 2 36-hour fasts at the least. We'll see. I might change my mind because I have about 2 more weeks before this month is up. And so the first 2 weeks, I'm not that pleased with how I've really done mentally with this thing. So now I really want to be better for these next 2 weeks. And I don't like how long my videos have been. So I'm also not going to come back as much. But I still want to talk about my feelings as I'm feeling them. But I'm not going to do it as often as I did in the previous 2 weeks. So I don't know when I'm going to come back to you again, but this is what's going on for day 1. So this is the start of week 3. Okay, good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning and I'm 33 hours into my fast. I just walked my dogs and I will be starting work in a few minutes. But I did want to quickly talk about last night. So when I finished making the video and I wasn't feeling very good, I realized that the reason I wasn't, well, I was thinking that maybe the reason I wasn't feeling good was, number one, I hadn't drank very much water. Even when I'm not fasting, I try to at least drink 2 liters of water a day, which is about 66 ounces, and I hadn't even done that. And then the second thing is that usually on the days that I fast, I drink that core water that has some electrolytes in it, and I ran out of that and I hadn't drank that at all. And also, I at least put a little bit of Himalayan sea salt and some potassium in my water, and I hadn't done that at all either. So once I drank a whole bunch of water yesterday, I felt so much better. And it seemed like I said my stomach was bothering me, but I realized that it really was just gas. And when I drank all of that water, I felt perfectly fine. Now I do want to mention, it's funny, I don't really have any problems with constipation anymore. However, I didn't always, I don't have a bowel movement every single day, but I don't have problems with constipation. But I admit that since I have been doing this intermittent fasting, I do have a bowel movement every single day, and occasionally more than once a day. So it's like, I think that's a good thing. I think it means that things are moving through my system. Maybe the fasting is really giving my body time to break down the food and to digest it and get everything moving through my system. So, that's one good thing that I hadn't anticipated. So last night I didn't sleep very well because I had leg cramps. I never, ever, ever have leg cramps. And I'm positive that it's because of electrolytes. I think I was a little bit dehydrated on Friday, and then on Saturday, I didn't drink as much as I should have, and I didn't put any electrolytes in. So I think that's the problem that's going on right now. So one thing that I'm going to drink today, Tanya had reviewed these Ultima Replenisher thingies. And so I purchased this about a month ago. I do like it, but I prefer plain water. And I do think that this tastes very sweet. So I have to dilute it in a lot of water, which then means that I have to drink a whole lot. Like, if I'm going to drink flavored water, I would prefer to have like 1 glass of flavored water and then the rest be my regular water. But to me, this is so sweet, I have to dilute it so much that I have to drink several ounces of the flavored water. So I don't actually drink this all that much. And even though it's 0 calories, 0 everything, there's no artificial sweeteners or anything in here, I'm always leery about things that taste very sweet, but supposedly there's nothing in it. It's like listening to Jason Fung's videos. I'm sure that even though, just like with artificial sweeteners, even though it might not raise your ketones, and even though it might not raise your blood sugars, I feel confident that, for me at least, it is spiking my insulin levels. And it's just as important to try to keep those down too. For years I used to always wonder why I would get hungrier after eating something with artificial sweeteners if supposedly it doesn't affect your blood sugar. But I never knew about the idea of it affecting your insulin levels. And so, to me, I suspect this is the same. And so I don't drink this when I'm fasting. I always wait until I'm not fasting anymore. So I will be drinking this later on today after I decide to eat. So I don't know, I'm not hungry at all. And so, I'm gonna start work and I'm gonna see how today goes. Did I already say this? I'm going to at least try to go 36 hours. But according, once again, to Dr. Fung, 42 hours is a really good sweet spot. So maybe 42 hours. Right now, I'm just drinking water, but probably eventually I'll have 1 cup of coffee with a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. And another thing I'm not sure that I've talked about is, although that's what I have been having on my fasting days for the most part, but I do try to severely limit it, and I do tend to only drink it for a couple of hours in the morning, and then I have nothing else the rest of the day. So like yesterday, for example, I had 2 cups of coffee. Each cup had 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. I was finished drinking both of those by 12:30 in the afternoon. And then for the rest of the day, it was just water, and then I had a cup of black tea. And so sometimes I go back and forth on whether I should be forcing myself to do more time with just water and try to get rid of using the fat. But one thing that Dr. Fung talks about is, you know, if you're doing this for weight loss, you should focus on weight loss. And if you're doing this for autophagy, you should focus on autophagy. And those are two different goals. And of course, the way that you would go about it is a little different. And although I need some autophagy, right now, I also need to lose a lot of weight. And so I'm focusing on weight loss. And in terms of weight loss, it's just fine to put that heavy whipping cream into my coffee. So I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. And then also the fact that my lab levels are so good. I mean, my insulin level is great and my C-reactive protein is great. So I think that means that I can spend a little bit more time focusing on weight loss right now and then maybe focus on autophagy later. Okay. I think I probably rambled more than I want to, but here's hoping that I have a good day at work today. Okay, this is going to be a quick video. I'm sitting in my car waiting for my chiropractor's office to open. Today is Tuesday and I'm fasting again. So I believe the last time I came to you was on Saturday and I was starting a fast or in the middle of a fast. So I ended up fasting 37.5 hours. So I'm very good. I'm very happy with that. And I didn't have any cravings after I broke my fast. So, you know, so I ended up breaking my fast on Sunday. It was a normal eating day. I didn't eat anything crazy. Nothing bad happened. And then yesterday, Monday, once again, a very normal eating day. I wasn't excessively hungry, nothing like that, no cravings. I think I had really just decided in my mind that, you know, no more of this, you know, eating things I don't need to be eating. So, and it hasn't been hard. I mean, yesterday I felt perfectly normal. So I had a great day yesterday. And then today, I'm feeling so good that so far I've only had water and I'm at hour 18 right now. And it's still gonna be a while before I even get home. So I'm gonna continue. I don't know if I'm gonna go 24 hours with water only, but I figure, why not? I haven't been hungry at all today. I mean, this morning I was a little tired and, oh yeah, I was baking all morning. I'll put a screenshot in here. So I'm baking some desserts for a friend. And then after I get done at the chiropractor's office, I'm going to go grocery shopping, and then I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of meal prepping for a friend. And so I did the same thing on Saturday. So I cooked all day and I was fasting and it was no big deal. And so I'm going to be doing the same thing today and we will see how it goes. Okay, so I just realized that something really weird has happened. Today is Wednesday. I am 36 hours into a water-only fast. And so it's perfectly okay for me to have my fat coffee, to go ahead and break my water fast. And I don't feel like it. I never thought that I would get to the point where I wasn't really, like when it's time for me to break the fast, when I'm just thinking, I don't know if I want to break this fast because I feel perfectly fine and happy and content. Yesterday I struggled just a little bit. I'll be doing a video, but yesterday I did some meal prepping for a friend. And I made all types of things, desserts and cookies, and then tons of food. And the only thing that actually bothered me was the barbecue chicken that I made because it smelled so good, and I made some for myself. And so all night, and so even right now, the next day my house still smells like barbecue. And so I had thought, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna do a 24-hour fast because I had been doing water only. You know, I'm like, I'm sure that 24-hour water only is equal to 36-hour fat fast. I'm just making that up, but it sounded really good, and so I had decided that I was going to have that chicken, but I was going to force myself to wait to the 24-hour mark, which was like 6:45 p.m. But then when 6:45 came, I did want the chicken, but then I was just imagining myself sitting there eating late at night. Now, 6:45 is not that late. That's around the time I usually start my fast, because I usually I try to eat between like 6:30 and 7:30, or maybe 6:30 and 7. But to me, the idea of breaking my fast at 6:45 in the evening, I don't know, it sounded a little crazy. And so it was only that thought that kept me from eating the chicken. And I was like, you know what? It's going to be there tomorrow. Go to bed, get up. By the time you get up, 36 hours will have passed, and then you can have whatever you want. And so now it's the next day. My house still smells like barbecue, and I don't even want my coffee, because I guess I feel like as soon as I start eating, I'll start feeling hungry. And right now I am enjoying the feeling of not being hungry. But I guess I'm fighting with myself because, I mean, do I need to keep going? I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. You know what? I'm just going to drink water since I don't want my coffee, and we'll see how long I just want the water. And yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to quickly make this before I start working. I just finished walking my dogs as I normally do every morning, and yeah. So I might come back to you later on today, maybe tonight when I'm in bed or something, to let you know what actually happens. Okay guys, I'm sitting in a park. I thought it might be nice for you to have a little bit of a different scenery while I'm talking. Today is actually Tuesday. It is my day off, and the last time I talked to you was also a Tuesday. So let me tell you what happened. So I was in the middle of a fast when I talked to you. I actually ended up doing 37.5 hours of water only, so I felt very good about that. Then I had some coffee with some heavy whipping cream, and then that made me hungry. So then I ended up officially breaking my fast at 39 hours. So I had 2 really good fasts last week. So how much weight did I lose? I ended up losing 4.6 pounds. I cannot believe that. That's just unbelievable. That is a whole lot more than I expected. So yeah, it was a great week. I didn't have any cravings. I didn't have any crazy hunger. Like everything just felt normal. It's like every day I just ate what I was supposed to eat, and well, as it should be. And I think, you know, there's 2 reasons for that. First of all, I think the more you do the fasting, the more your body gets used to it. So I think that my body is really finally responding very well. And then the second thing is that mentally I had just decided, you know what, stop it with the ice cream, even though it's really hot. Eat what you're supposed to. So I kind of made my mind up, and so I don't know, it's like it seemed like my body followed my mind, because it wasn't hard. I didn't have any cravings at all. I didn't have to force myself to not eat or whatever. I mean, it was just a good week. Everything just felt natural. And so going into, so now, so I was going to do a vlog every single week, and I've decided that I'm not going to do that. This is going to be my last intermittent fasting vlog. I'll do another one only if I do an extended fast. So if I decide to do like a 72-hour fast or longer, then I'll do another one of these. But for just these normal fasts, because I am going to continue fasting, I'm going to change it up. As a matter of fact, I'm doing something a little different this week. Yeah, I'm sitting outside, so I keep being paranoid about someone sneaking up on me. I'm doing something a little different this week. So I've been watching, oh yeah, you see they're doing maintenance and stuff on this park because it's early in the morning, so there's not really anybody here. I am going to start starting my fast earlier in the evening. So I've still been doing research, I've still been watching YouTube videos, and there is a lot of research out there that it is better for your body and your digestion to eat your calories as early in the day as possible and to not be eating large meals at night. And so I've decided that whoa, sorry. There's insects flying around. Okay, I'm gonna start, because the majority of the time I'm eating by myself at home anyway. So I don't have to worry about someone else in terms of what time I'm going to be eating dinner anyway. And so usually after I get off work, I relax for an hour or two and then I eat my dinner. But now I'm going to start eating immediately, like the second I finish work, I'm gonna eat dinner and then I'm going to be done for the evening. That's already what I have been doing for the past few days. And let me tell you why I like it. First of all, so now that means that I usually finish eating around 5:30. One day I was even done eating by 4:30. Oh, that was a day I didn't work, so yeah. So anyway, number one thing that I like about it is that it gives me an opportunity to focus on my water and not have to drink water close to my bedtime. So by doing that, you know, it's like, well, I'm done eating, now all I have is water to drink for the rest of the evening. So that I like. I also feel like by the time I go to bed, it feels like my food is already digested. And so I feel lighter and peppier before I go to bed. Now, the only bad thing about that is it's been disrupting my sleep because I actually feel more energized now. It's like I don't want to go to bed because I have all this energy. My body feels light and peppy, and so then I go to bed and I can't fall asleep because I'm feeling so good. So I'm trying. Actually, last night was the first night that I really did have a good night's sleep after doing this for several days. Even though, once again, I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, I've been dancing. It's like, okay, I'm supposed to be getting into the bed, but then I'm like dancing all around my bedroom because I feel so good and I have so much energy and I feel peppy. And then it's like, I know I need to get into the bed, but I don't feel like getting into the bed because I got energy. The other thing that I like about it is that I'm trying to extend the amount of time that I just have water only. So I'm now, so for a while now I've been doing 13 hours water only before I have my coffee. Well, now I'm going for 14 hours water only. So by stopping eating earlier, it's much easier for me to get my 14 hours in. And I don't know, it's kind of like you split up the suffering. It's kind of cloudy, so the light, it's like you split up the suffering. So you do a little bit of suffering the night before, but then in the morning, I don't have very much suffering before I have my coffee. I mean, by the time I get up and I walk my dogs, it's actually practically time for me to have my coffee and cream and my 14 hours is over. And if I'm having a bad day and I don't want to wait, then definitely my 13 hours is always over. So that I really like. And so because of that, I've also been able to delay my eating sometimes to be like 18 hours before I actually eat any real food. So I don't know, I like this. I hope it's not too dark. I hope it's not too dark for you guys. So I like this. So this is something I'm gonna continue with. We will see how it goes. I am gonna put some links below. I keep forgetting to mention links. And so I'm gonna put some links below of some of my favorite fasting videos for you guys to take a look at. And then if you have any questions for me, go ahead and put them below. But thank you for watching, and you know, stay tuned for my monthly update video at the end of the month where you will see how much weight I've lost this entire month. Bye. Okay, it started raining, and so now I'm back in my car, and I was just rewatching my video, and I'm so I'm annoyed. My lipstick, this is like a color stay lipstick, and so I put it on this morning, and I've already like eaten breakfast and I drank coffee, and I didn't even look in the mirror again or touch up my lipstick before I did that video, so I don't think it was looking all that good. So now I just I didn't apply any more lipstick. I just put some gloss on top to make it look a little bit better. And I don't know, I feel like my teeth are looking yellow in this video. But anyway, I forgot to mention that tomorrow I go in for my yearly physical. So also during this physical, I'm going to have my doctor do my labs for my 18 months post-surgery. So we will see if fasting, I mean, my labs were all good before, so we'll see if fasting has affected my labs in any way, because I did a lot of fasting this month. I did a decent amount of fasting in June, and I first started fasting in May, so that's enough time to see if it's affecting my labs detrimentally, because I'm going to make sure my doctor does all my vitamins and all of that stuff. And so that will be tomorrow, and I will tell you the results in my follow-up, my monthly video that will be at the end of the month.